Hi, today I'm going to talk about eyes. It's 4 easy peasy steps. You can do it on paper with a pencil, or you can do it on Procreate like I do. I've written the 4 steps down so you have it, but I'm going to go over each step in 2 seconds. And it's a quick tutorial, so it might be good to go back to that piece of paper. First, the shape of the eye. It's super important because it's all about the eyeball and the sockets in order to apply shading and highlights the right places. So if this circle should be your eyeball, this will be your lids, and that's basically what it looks like. So now you can already see where the shading and highlights are going to be, right? Now I am going to apply a mid-tone value of my color where the shading will be, right? And when I say mid-tone, I'm using all the same red. Sometimes I apply a lot of pressure, sometimes almost nothing, but it's the same color. I don't change color. So that was a very high value lid indication I made there. I'm gonna blend it in and smudge, and then I'm going to take the fold, the crease where the socket, where the eyeball stops in the socket, and I'm gonna make that pretty dark because that will naturally be very, very dark. Like that. And now I'm gonna do the iris, or the indication of the iris. That came out a little dark. You actually want it to be a halftone, so I'm just gonna blend it in. It's okay here because I actually need the shadow under the lid. The eyelashes will provide a lot of shadow on the eyeball itself. And it's not white. Usually you always see very bright white eyes, but that's really not what they look like. I'm just gonna make an indication of the lower lid, and I got it blended out to a halftone here. I'm adding the pupil. I'm blending it a little bit on one side and trying to keep the other side sharp, but you can always go and correct it. Now to the details of the iris. I'm making tiny little streaks. No streak goes completely across from the end of the pupil to the end of the iris. They're like a fraction of that, and I'm making a lot of them. And now I'm adding them in white. White and red are the only 2 colors I've used in this, right? And these little white streaks, I'm gonna blend them in so it looks glossy because the eye is wet. That means that the pupil and the iris will look pretty glossy. The eyeball, actually, which is a pretty important thing. I'm still blending it, and now I'm gonna add makeup and lashes. So I'm gonna give her some eyeliner on top of the eyelid. I'm gonna blend it out, and I'm gonna drag it a little bit to the lower lid. I'm gonna indicate the lower lid with a line, but I'm gonna smudge it in a minute, like this. And remember, the sides are rounded because it's the eyeball, and the lids go down over the eyeball. I'm gonna do lashes, and I'm gonna do messy lashes because lashes actually touch each other. Don't do these symmetric with perfect interval lashes because we don't have them. And I really like to smudge it all. And if you don't feel it's sharp enough at the end of the lash, use a little eraser tool and just sharpen it up. I'm conservative with lashes at the bottom. That's just a style thing. I like it conservative. And then I'm gonna take my white again, and I'm gonna add a white line on top of the lower lid. I'm gonna emphasize that again in a minute. And now I'm gonna do the brow. I'm indicating where it is, and then I'm blending it so it becomes a halftone and it has the shape I want. Now I'm gonna take like a sharp pencil or a small, thin, fine pencil, and I'm gonna add the hair on the actual brow. And remember to curb the hairs because it's on a curved bone. So it won't be straight lines. It will be curved, and they'll follow the brow bone on your skeleton, right? Or cranium, like that. And I'm gonna add a few white hairs as well, just to give it a little bit of highlights. And then I'm just gonna increase the white line on top of the lower lid like this. I'm blending it in a little bit, but it's important because we have it, and it will keep it giving it a highlight, and it will give it a more glossy effect. That's basically it. I try to do it as fast as I possibly can. But this is the concept. Go to annikamortensen.com for more stuff. Subscribe to my channel. I love your feedback. Please keep providing it. And I take whatever recommendations you say. So if there's anything you want me to go over, let me know and I'll do it. Have a nice day.